Alright guys, welcome to another entry, again wrestling related, WWE. This is going to be about the Shield. Now this is completely, as most of my videos are off the top of my head, sometimes I write a few notes, usually so I cover the areas I want to go to and don't repeat too much. It's going to be about the Shield. I like them, first off, quite simply. I think they've been booked the right way so far. I think they're believable. I think they look authentic. I get, if I'm not too interested, say there was a bit of a boring match before the Shield are scheduled to come out, and randomly, say I know the Shield are coming. That's cool. I'm happy with that. I'll sit and enjoy the Shield coming down, and say they randomly hear the Echo Delta Foxtrot thing, and then I'll like that. As soon as I hear their music, I'm cool with it. I like it. I think they've been booked the right way. They've not looked, they have me interested the same way the Nexus did. Because even though with Nexus, I just thought, okay, this is like an NW. Because I think any time you think of stuff, you're going to think NWO. And you're going to compare it, contrast and compare, and like Nexus was that quickly. They ran around beating up everybody, and I don't know. I think it had more legs than it did. I think they just needed to lose a couple of members that before they were injured and stuff. I don't know. I just think it needed to be a bit more of a. I think had Nexus have been about 4, 3-4 members, then we might have had a longer lasting, time for them, or at least interesting time. I mean, they lasted, I think, over a year. I'm not sure, but obviously when Punk, took the reins. I didn't want Punk taking the reins. I wanted Punk still in the SES, but anyway. But yeah, the Shield, I like them. I'm liking what they're doing. I'm liking how they're doing it. I liking, how they've been given the ball and they're actually, running with that ball. They're getting touchdowns right now. They're, looking authentic. You can see, like Dean Ambrose. He looks the most polished. I mean, I don't know too much about their backstories because I don't particularly watch Next really, but Dean Ambrose certainly comes across as the most polished. The more, the one who the bit more rougher kind of. He's going to mess you up. The leader, clearly the best on the mic that we've heard so far, and he seems the most authentic. Then you, obviously Seth Rollins. I just think kind of Jeff Hardy, but in a respectful way. He looks like the high flyer, the daredevil. He ticks those boxes of the characteristics that a group needs. For diversity, if nothing else. And then obviously you have like Roman Reigns, who completely the muscle. I mean, Jesus, that guy is built like God knows what. He just looks the part. He doesn't look like a regular bruiser. He's actually, a fairly good-looking guy for that role. I mean, usually in those roles you get the big burly kind of, guys who are all muscles and not much else. But this guy looks like, he has kind of movie star looks. Really, I think. And he kind of reminds me sort of a bit like The Rock, kind of. Obviously, The Rock's never had long hair in wrestling, if he hasn't in his life. I'm not sure, but so each of them, and he's obviously I think that Roman Reigns is certainly the most believable one that can kick ass right now, purely because of his stereotypical size. But he actually looks, the height and everything. He looks like the perfect package right now. And he looks like he could easily beat up, like most of the roster. Dean Ambrose, I think returning to Dean Ambrose, he's kind of a bit more, I'd say, I don't know. Just, again, I think he's probably the more boring one, I'd say. But I think he's that sense and reason behind everything. I think you got, like Roman Reigns, who just the brawn and just, pretty much says what it does on the tin, and he can actually speak on the mic. It seems he has a bit of a charismatic glint to him. Seth Rollins, I think we're just waiting. He took that major bump a couple of pay-per-views ago, and I can see more bumps coming from Rollins. I'm gonna picture a Rollins and Reigns tag team with tag team champions. I think probably off Hell No at Extreme Rules, and I'm thinking that Ambrose will probably end up picking up the US belt, like purely on the on the fact that Kofi's face and Wade Barrett isn't, unless that changes. But yeah, I can see all of them having a belt. I think they'll deserve a belt. I think, well, deserve one as one can really. The prop of having a belt will give them extra meaning and stuff, and believability and authenticity. So I'm all for that. I'm currently really enjoying how the Shield are being, just all the ways around it really. I don't really know what they're going to start doing once they can't keep going around beating people up, and the same people as well, like attacking Cena and things like that. I think with the one that they need to get into some more matches, into some more tag team kind of matches, and just try and almost smoke screen them a bit, just to get them a bit more, just to get the fans, at least the wrestling fans, to see what they can do and believe in them and buy into them. And then once they've got that slight over, then then give them the belts and see what can happen with the belts, because the belts opens up more possibilities. I mean, you could have Brodus Clay and Sweet Tea coming after them. You could have Sandow and Rhodes. I mean, like, given the tag team situation right now, it doesn't seem to matter if you're heel or you're face. Everybody faces everybody right now, so all the power to it. I'm open for that diversity. But yeah, so overall I like them. Got nothing really bad to say about them. I just hope WWE handle this one right. And yeah, thanks for listening. As always, like, subscribe, comment if you want to, and speak to you soon.